All right, so here we go. I've got a P2015 code that's been off and on. Some days it's on, some days it's off, and it all has to do with the actuator performance for this intake runner valve. And what happens is this little arm right there travels too far and then gets stuck in its position, and the car, and basically what happens is the linkage gets wore out, intake valve gets wore out, and so it lets it travel too far. The computer sees that the valve's gone too far and something's wrong, so it throws the code for actuator performance. So technically the fix is to buy an intake manifold and a new valve, or it comes with all the new valves and then it comes with a new actuator, I'm pretty sure. But I've heard those are pretty expensive. I looked them up and I think from what I can find, they're about 400 bucks. But to do that intake manifold, you gotta pull all your boots off glow plugs, you gotta crack open fuel lines, you gotta take, I'm pretty sure you gotta take the fuel rail off. So you'd have to open all that fuel system, which would be fine, but everybody that I've looked at and talked to says you have to use a computer to bleed the fuel system. So Geek says, no, we're not gonna do that. So they've made this aluminum piece and it will hold, this bolts into that screw right there. Already got it loose. So you unscrew that. I use the T25, I'm pretty sure it's a T30 though, but it's not very tight. And then this will bolt with this little tab in that place and hold this in its, where it should be stopped. So I'm gonna get that on there. I'll tighten it up and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, I've kind of pre-assembled this. I'm gonna fish this down in here. It's gonna go here. You might have to push it up a little, and that valve, the actuator arm is a little stiff, and it just might not be a terrible idea to do this on a car that's not hot. This one's a little warm. It's not crazy hot, but I just went around the block a little bit. So I'll put that there. I will get the bolt started and I will catch back up with you because I cannot do this one-handed. Okay, I'm gonna sneak in here and tighten this up. Start tightening this. Yeah, it's a lot easier with two hands, but we'll tighten this up. And we want to tighten this one. This is the big long bolt that holds the valve in. We're gonna tighten that out so that plate's coming off there at a 90 degree. And then we'll worry about we'll get the aluminum block in there, and you gotta hold it so it's flush against the thing and lines up with the arm. So we'll get that. We'll catch back up with you. All right. So we got that on there, focus. So we got it on in there. I found if you start the car, it will pull that lever towards the front and bring the top towards the front of the car. Makes it kind of a little easier to get it positioned in there, because when it wore out, it wants to go a little further and you're kind of fighting it to push the arm back up. So, little tip there. But that should keep my check engine light off, at least for the P2015 code. This car's got 148,000 miles on it. I bought it with 101 a couple years ago. Don't know what's all been done to it. I think it's had an EGR cooler. Found a receipt under the spare tire for that. So anyway, hope that helps somebody. But other than that, it's been a good car. And I guess that's a pretty common failure. So we'll see, you know, maybe I'll update it in 2 or 3 months. Make sure, see if that check engine light's staying off. But that should take care of that. Hope that helps you. And there you go. Thanks for watching.